Okay guys, Scrappin' Irish here, and we're welcome to another Scrappin' Irish video. I haven't put a video out, I'd say, in 2 weeks. This is my first Thursday night video, or Thursday day, or Thursday video if you're watching it first as it comes out. And I've been doing a few shorts lately, so anyone that's watching my shorts, I appreciate your feedback and stuff like that on the short videos. If you haven't watched them, go check them out. So what have I got? Well, I was just clearing some stuff out, and I have a few of these that need to be cleared out, and they're you can see nothing on that side. On this side we have our switches. So essentially it's just a network switch. As far as I can see, it seems to be just something like that, an Ethernet switch, as it says down here on the, let me bring you in to show you what it says. There you go. So it's a 24 port, it goes 10, 100 or 1000 megabyte in Ethernet switch. So let me zoom back out. So we're going to take it apart, and we're going to see what's inside it for gold recovery and any precious metals and just some scrap metal as well. So first off, as always, take the time to thank you all for joining me, and we'll get straight on to this. So let's get to work on that. Let me get some screwdrivers and get to work on it. Okay, so now that I've taken the screws off, you can see we're about to reveal what's inside. So let's see, is there anything of real value in here? So, boom, 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 boom. Unfortunately, it doesn't look that great. Maybe underneath here we might get, well, we've got some aluminium. Okay, let's not be on a downer straight away. We have some aluminium straight away. We'll have some copper bearing materials over here. Some people can put them in with copper bearing motors, stuff like that. So we'll see, can we take off the plugs? So I do get asked, it's a question, and people do ask it on the lives and stuff, how do I get e-waste and stuff like that? So not just me, but in general, people just asking how will they get e-waste, and they want to get into this and they want to try and get some e-waste, and they want to go and maybe take stuff apart, try and recover some of the gold, or maybe just sell the boards to someone like Board Sort or any of them companies that would give you money for your boards. And the easiest way is ask people. Ask people who do computer repairs. Ask schools, people that work in schools, people that work in offices, what happens to their e-waste. Do they have an e-waste company that takes away, or is it just brought to the regular council or state bodies that look after e-waste in your area, if you're in America or whatever? So I'm just going to throw that aside for a second. Now, again, quantity is another thing that I get. This board, looking at it here, people will say, oh, well, that was hardly worth the time. Just one board, you're not going to get any gold. Of course, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's one board, you're going to get very little. But I think I have 20 of these boards that needs to be taken apart, 20 of them switches. So that will add up. So I've got 20 of these chunks of aluminium now, multiplied by 3. So that's 60 pieces of aluminium if they're all the same. They mightn't be all the same, but if they are all the same, we have a lot of aluminium now. I just need to remove that, and let me see, what can we get to go underneath that. I need a flathead screwdriver, as we call them here. So let me pause that and I'll get a screwdriver. Now, as I was saying, I've got my screwdriver. So all this stuff adds up. Then it's all about quantity. So let's see if we can pop that off. So I've popped the whole chip off, so that's a bit of a pain. Have I popped the whole chip off? No, I don't. So nice little chunk of aluminium. Underneath there we got a little IC chip, so I'm presuming it's going to be much the same under all these, unless if there's a bit of luck and we get a bit better, well, a bit bigger chip there. But again, it's not a gold corner BGA. I was hoping there might be a gold corner BGA. So you can see that's just got your heat paste on it. What's under here should be the same as that first one, I'm presuming. There we go. So again, another little bit of chunks of aluminium. So it's not all about the e-waste. It's about all the other bits and pieces you get off. So again, I'll pull off these crystal oscillators. A little bit silver in them. A lot of work to getting them out. Let me get a bit more zoom in. There we go. So a lot of work to getting the actual silver from them. But I hope to try different methods later on in the year and make it so I'm not using a lot of acid or getting the best value from my acid. I'm looking at hydrochloric acid at a good price, so maybe the hydrochloric acid can eat away all the base metals, just leaving the silver, which can be dealt with then using the nitric acid method. And so I'm not going to be costing me a fortune on nitric acid, or even poor man's nitric maybe. That'll be the plan. But it's if I can get hold of that hydrochloric acid at a good price, that's something I will definitely be working on. Now underneath here, what is under here? I hear you ask. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? We'll pull one off if it'll break. I should have got different pliers for this job, but it should be enough to break one off, I hope. If not, we'll get the little cutter and we'll cut into it. So, and again, that won't work, so I'm going to have to go and get another pliers, I might, but maybe not. We'll try and see if we can get any bit of grip on it. There we go. Now, that's what I wanted to get it broken. So as you can see, inside of them, a lot of little bits of copper and stuff, but not worth the time or effort. To be honest, even I wouldn't go after that stuff, and I go after a lot of little things. So if I'm not going after it, you definitely know it's not worth doing. It's probably, you know, it's 100% waste of your time. What else will I take off this board besides the crystal oscillators? A little bit of copper there. Take the chips off, leave them, won't go near them. I'll take off here because we've got gold pins inside there, so they'll be taken off for the gold pins. It's just a matter of pulling them off the board and going through them, but that'll be in another video at some stage. I'll be going through them because I have a lot of them that I want to take out the pins and do some stuff on. So that's on that board, nothing major on it, but again, it's quantity over the quality of that board. And then we have a little power board, so let's take off the little power board so you can have a look at the power board. But as I was saying earlier, ask people. If you're looking for e-waste, you're looking for boards, if you start asking people where to get around, next thing you have friends or family or acquaintances at work, or they might know someone who knows someone that knows someone that can get you boards and stuff like that, and they might be glad to get rid of them out of their way, and it'll be something for you. And after a while, I guarantee you'll be getting so much stuff, you'll be dreading the knocks on the door of people saying, oh, do you take this, do you take that? And all of a sudden you end up with sheds full of stuff that you will fall behind on clearing out, as every scrapper will tell you. That's what happens. Oh, camera. Let me unravel that and we'll get a closer look. So that's, again, I'll take off the ribbon wire, put that in with my ribbon wire, and steel, just some steel, nothing else there. And we have our little power board. So again, you can pull off these for your copper. If you want, you can micro scrap them down, or you can just throw them in with your copper bearing motors or transformers, depending on what your scrapyard will give you for them. And again, we have some aluminium here and here, so pull that off. Again, add it to your aluminium stuff. So again, if your yards want you to separate it out, check with your yard what way to do it. And here in Ireland, it's just the one price I get for aluminium regardless. My scrapyard don't care. It's the same price they're going to give me per pound for that as they do, or per kg for this. So it's just all thrown in the one. So I don't even bother worrying about sorting them anymore. I used to worry about having them all separated. Now I kind of just throw them in with whatever. So again, on that, nothing really major. On there, again, this could be a relay in here. Sometimes you might be lucky and you get a couple of relays on them, but it doesn't look like it's one. But we'll pull it off and we'll get a right look at it. And no, it doesn't even. And I'm going to just cut that so I can get in and have a look and see if it's just, no, that's just that. It's not a relay, that's like aluminium foil that is wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped, and it becomes really compact, and there's nothing in there. So again, if you're not sure, just cut it. Sometimes you can tell by the outside, it'll have the markings on it and let you know what it is. So that's really it for this video, guys. It was just I had a few of these lying around. I tried to strip one out on a video, and we'll see what was inside of it. So nothing great. A few little bits of aluminium, a power board, a main board with a few IC chips that we can take off, and we have our gold bearing pins in there and the connectors. So again, it's quantity. Because I have 20 of them, that means I'll have 60 of them if they're all the same. I'll have 20 of them power boards, and I'll have of them IC chips. There's 3 on a board, so again I'm going to have 60 of them IC chips. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 crystal oscillators multiplied by 20, which again is another 60 of them, and we're going to have 60 sets of them as well on it, or 20 sets of them multiplied by 3, again is 60 of them. So it's about the quantity. And that's what it is about e-waste. You're going to have lots of it to make it viable, and then even still you might make money on some of it. But if you're selling your boards, check with do you have to leave it all intact? Can you cherry pick a few things off? What price are they going to, if you're selling them to a scrapyard and you're already getting low grade prices, or you're already getting shred prices, well then take off the IC chips, gather them up. You might be able to sell them on eBay, or you might be able to do gold recovery from them yourself. So that's it, guys, for the video. Thanks for watching, as always, really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the lives on Sundays. I'll be on at 8 p.m. GMT time, and I think Shark Scrapper will be on at 7 p.m. GMT. So check that out wherever you are in your part of the world, and till next week, keep safe, keep on looking for that gold, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Catch you on the next one.